I don't even know what this show is becoming. Sonic. He can really move. Sonic. He's got an attitude. He's the fastest thing alive. We met our spool need with clamorous fervor. Spool, and yes, spool. Spool. This one, the tube, messed up, but we would have had spool. Spool. We did not print any giant spools, however. David, finally done. Turn off the bed. These have those orange things. With these guys, you hold down this button for a while and they turn off. With those special bed heaters, it gets so hot. I think they can go from like room temperature to the surface to the boiling temperature of water in like 60 seconds or something like that. Sharky, also one of those. You have to do the same thing when it's done. We're just sitting an alien here. D20, D20, pipe can. We need to get this guy back in the game. I forget what even the deal was. I think it was just bad filament. There's nothing wrong with the printer. And of course, the Mimic can is very close to done. You can see the teeth and stuff. I probably need 2 or 3 of these, I'm gonna say, because man, printing this during a Christmas rush would suck. Man, this takes forever. You've seen how many times it's been here. Today's thing that I'm going to do that I do not want to do, I think it's gonna be painting the bananas. They need to be yellow. Even when I was making yellow filament, yellow was one of the colorants that are most squirrely, most hard to work with. I don't even remember why. It's like I could just never get it to extrude right because you have to put so much colorant in it to get a consistent yellow color that it's like just kind of weird. I forget how I even did it. But with all that being said, they actually kind of do need to be painted and would be better because like all you have to do is just tape off this part, the black part. The wall spool situation's getting pretty close to completed. As I said last time, we might be there in like 2 days or something. So will be a filament day, but we have to have spools. Got to get the printer set up doing stuff, and then we need boxes and we need to get a bolt for the taco. And I'll probably drop off whatever I've got at the Klein's place. There's a reclining chair, but is there such a thing as a declining chair? Like it could be a chair that I'm gonna sit in when I'm gonna decline people's offers. I'm picturing something like The Godfather where people come up to him and ask for things and he says yes or no. And like I'm sitting in the declining chair and I'm like, I would not grant your request. All right, got things squared away. We're going to get a bolt, boxes, and coffee. Bring me that coffee, love. That's actually one of the cassettes we got like a week ago. Maybe I should give it a spin. Went and got some power steering fluid, which I've been needing for a while. I heard the person behind the counter saying something like, so you purchased a Coke and now you're coming back for a refund. Pretty sure I didn't hear that wrong. I've never had to put power steering fluid in here. I have to figure out where it is. I believe this would be it. I think the power steering is right about here. I'll look up to confirm. Okay, that was shockingly hard to verify. First thing I did was look up power steering reservoirs, like spare ones, and they kind of looked like this, but a little different for some reason. Maybe the replacement ones are different, but eventually I just took a picture and asked AI about it, and they're like, yes. I'm telling you, this is becoming an automotive channel. We are ready to rock and roll. When I turn this on, the whining, yep, it's pretty much gone away. Or it's greatly reduced. It takes a while for the fluid to circulate. It seems like it's doing it. Well, what we've learned from ordering things from Lowe's.com is same day delivery of paint. Great idea. Delivering boxes sucks. I don't know what that ends up being, but it's like a week and a half when it was supposed to be a couple days. I just realized that's confusing. I had to come back for something. And this is really bizarre. The hotbed just turns off in the middle of the print for some reason. For a long time, I was watching this yesterday, and the hotbed did not turn off. I reset it, of course, but why would it do that? Nobody wants that. All right, we're actually going. Sweet home. Lowe's, sweet Lowe's. I feel like there was a whole genre there for a bit, where the genre was your band name has 3 words. It's like 3 Days Grace, 3 Doors Down, All American Rejects, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Newfound Glory, All That Remains. Maybe that's where we all went wrong. We just picked the wrong number of words for our band names. I just walked behind an old man that smelled like a strawberry armoire. There's the guy. You can't really tell, but I know that arm. In that Limp Bizkit song where they're like, one of those days when life is like a freight train. I had no idea what that meant when I was a kid, but now as an adult, I really know what that meant. So this time I forgot to ask for cream, and the guy put cream in it because he knows me. It'd be funny if somebody had a System of a Down cover band and they called it like System of the Down. Why do cover bands never do stuff like that? Like a Nirvana cover band, they call it like Nirvana. Or like Pearl Jam, it'd be like Pearl Jams. Technically, they are different names. Alice in Chain. Or you could do Alice in Chains. 2 words. You could have like a Boston cover band and they're called like Bostonian. You could do Megadeth, but it's Death at the end. Isn't that pleasant? Back at the shop, we got the fancy coffee this time. Super good. I think we're gonna paint everything. We will then assemble the taco and take pictures, and then maybe we will package stuff after that, I think is the game plan. Finally remembered to bring this in from the thrift store trip the other day. I don't think I'm gonna listen to it just yet, but we will save it for later. I think I'm gonna listen to this today as I work. Anyone that doesn't know, this is called the Lost Interview with Steve Jobs. I know that not everybody in my audience is an entrepreneur, which is totally cool. Everybody's welcome. But if you are an entrepreneur, this is like dream fuel right here. Now, Steve Jobs, the actual person, was kind of a dick, okay? Not a perfect guy. In fact, he might have been a little bit of a psychopath. But like, he was one of those sort of insane people, almost like Picasso or something. I don't know if this is exactly true. I think it's true that he got pancreatic cancer because he was only eating fruit for a really long time. And like, that's just a diet like that's super hard on your pancreas, if I'm remembering that right. Something to do with insulin or something. Anyway, so like, obviously Steve Jobs was brilliant, but he was also insane kind of at the same time. And this interview was done in 1997. It's called The Lost Interview. I don't think it ever aired, but just some documentary filmmaker. He like had it and didn't have a way to release it until the internet came around or something like that. I could be getting some of this wrong. But this is after Steve Jobs was kicked out of Apple in '85, and then he started Next, which didn't exactly make a big impact on the consumer market, but was a big thing in the business-to-business market. In fact, some of the first early internet tests were done on Next computers. they were doing stuff that was 10 years ahead of their time. If you used a early 90s Next workstation, which some of you probably did, I occasionally meet people that actually used these things. Like the Pixar movies, like early Pixar stuff was on Next computers. Of course, Steve Jobs bought part of Pixar and funded it, or he bought Pixar completely, I think. Anyway, all that's to say, like, what he was doing after Apple was super, super innovative. And it was like 1 year after this interview that Apple was in such a bad place that they got desperate enough to just hire Steve Jobs again. And we all know what happened after that. Started having those super colorful iMacs. Obviously later, had the iPod, iPhone, being filmed on it right now, and the iPad and all the other things, iTunes. So it's one of the biggest like business comeback stories ever. And this happened right before that. So it's like a window into the mind of somebody that was about to do amazing, great things. So I listen to it every so often. Like stuff like this and other things really inspired me to be an entrepreneur. It just makes you realize like it is a very cool thing. I was in music, I was kind of wanting to be a rock star or something close to that. A weird rock star, let's say. And this made me realize like you can kind of be like a rock star in business. So Steve Jobs to me is more important as a myth rather than the real person in some sense, because I wouldn't want to be like him. Like I said, he was a real dick and did do bad things a lot of times, but he was passionate about his craft and he just really cared about building a great business and doing interesting, innovative things. So in that way, he was definitely a big inspiration. I was gonna say, like, it's not even gonna piss me off if you stop watching this and go watch that on YouTube. Every once in a while it gets nuked from YouTube. For some reason, like there are different distribution deals that happen. It's not great for me algorithmically to say that, but bacon wrapped pork chops, potatoes, bringing back the peanut sauce, and of course, this really good sugar-free ketchup. We'll package a couple big things, get them ready for the next day. Sharky bowl. This big guy is going red. Came out pretty good. We'll just clean up some tidbits. Got a D20 bank. I think this guy is going gold if I remember right. Kitty cat. This guy going orange. Random, but here is my newest product. I made a red fade dragon, basically, from the last reptilian alien thing. And then I just decided to like spray a bunch of black paint in his eyes and it drips. And like I'm trying to think of what I want to call this. I feel like it's gonna be like an emo dragon. It's gonna be a few days before I post this, so let me know in the comments what you think. And I'm also thinking about posting this and then also making a version with like yellow eyes, but keeping all this stuff. It just looks like some kind of weird movie, like horrible horror villain thing. Lighting's a little better over here. Yeah, tell me in the comments what you think I should market this as. I mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily the easiest, but it's pretty freaky looking, you know? Just saying. The time for reasoning is over. Let's get this tortilla. Well, we didn't quite get to the bananas. They are all done though. We set up all the printers to do their thing. Finishing the last 2 spools here. And there's really just a couple things to do before we close up. But at least we got that taco done, man. Been trying to do that for a while now. The big food section, honestly, looking pretty baller, if I do say so myself. Next row. Maybe we'll sell a couple burgers over Christmas. Lots of coffee options. Got some sushis. I mean, it's pretty much a full meal deal at this point. Diameters have been real good. Yeah, not bad at all. Somebody just messaged me and asked something like, is it possible to get filament for $5 a kilogram? I said like, yeah, but you're gonna have to open a refinery in your backyard. Didn't quite get around to putting the new extruder on this, but we'll get it tomorrow. We're pretty ahead of the game. D20 is almost done. Second D20 is almost done. Really nice that both of these came out okay. And we're getting that final couple of layers on the top of the pipe can. Set another pipe can going. Be nice to have. Like I said, we're going for about 3 or 4 of these bad boys. As always, we are just churning out sharks. If we were Amish, this would be our butter. We're just churning. Churning, churning, churning. Oh yeah, the Mimic trash can got done. Let's see if we can, there we go. Take a look at that. We had one of these on the show before, but it's been a while. Ugh. Oof. Oh man, what a day. Ugh, I'm so exhausted. This is bad. I'm tired and it ain't even Christmas season yet. Got a bunch of stuff painted, a bunch of stuff, at least a few things packaged. We're getting it done. Also kind of worked on machines a bit today. We're really gonna do it when all those extruders come in, or the hot ends come in. Once I get it all done, it's gonna be like, witness the power of this armed and fully operational battle station. That's what it feels like during Christmas. It's just like plastic things going out the door, just conquering the galaxy with plastic. Let me see. Oh yeah, we should do the comments thing. Whitey's Wicked Workshop asks, you get many walk-ins? This is a store, right? Actually, yeah, sometimes. This is right at the edge of downtown. See, there's a bit of a debate. Is my shop downtown or not? I always say it is because it sounds cooler. But at City Hall, there is a visitors center, and it's for people visiting Nacogdoches, which I guess somebody at some point in history has done. And there's a map of the stuff downtown, and right at the edge of the map is the complex where this is. So I am in downtown Nacogdoches, but if I was any farther away, I wouldn't be. Lo-Fi and DIY posted a comment expressing a lot of gratitude, and he said that he was inspired to get his own bubble wrap maker from, sorry, there's a notification. He got his own bubble wrap maker from seeing me do it, and yeah, it's the way to go. I would say you would only want to make the investment if you're really going to be shipping a lot of stuff, because it's been a minute. It's like a couple $100 or something. Plus you got to buy the film and stuff. But like if you're shipping any amount of stuff, get one of those bubble makers. There's a bunch of brands and stuff. Just read the reviews and you'll find a good one. Wojciech Fornal 3335 says, this is my favorite reality show. It's what I always wanted to be, reality star. Yeah, thanks for all your comments. I do read them. A lot of times I'm responding, but you're at least going to get a heart and a thumbs up. And also thank a lot of you who bought the Gratitude Gang Chihuahua from my friend, the Scottish 3D. He got a whole bunch of them printed up. I've never actually seen his setup, but he must have at least a few printers because he got like 10 of them done by the end of this day or something. I don't know. But they're going to be shipping out soon. He's a pretty stand-up guy. And if you still want one, the link is still up in the community tab. I think that's what it's called, community tab on my page on YouTube. But yeah, we are the Gratitude Gang. You know what that means. Write down in the comments what you are currently grateful for. Actually, it doesn't even have to be currently. Write in the comments what you were once grateful for. I mean, I guess it's better if you're still grateful for it, but just something you have at some point in history been grateful for. And yeah, tell me what you got working on, what you got going on, what you are working on, and all that kind of stuff. Or anything you want to tell me, really. You can call me ugly if you want, although you would be lying. Those Chihuahuas will ship. Remember, leave a good review for the Scottish 3D. He's a stand-up guy, makes a quality product. Look at that, look at that, look at that little guy. And send those selfies when you get them. But yeah, I'm really grateful for you guys watching, and it's just cool that we've got a little community lit going on. Maybe this is a full, I don't know what the minimum size for a community is. We've got a bit of a community here, and it's fun. So yeah, write those comments, I'll read them, thumbs up. Special mission, like somebody else's comment. I am not going to say my name because of that one video where I said I wouldn't do it. Peace out.